thank you everybody for coming this morning, this afternoon, wherever you are located. This is our launch meeting for the brand new RFS program that we are initiating with the IRFC. For those of you that I have not met, my name is Greg Kurinec and I serve on the US chapter board. I have also kind of taken over as co-chairman of this program. I know I've had the opportunity to meet several people through our financial planning competition. And what we're looking to do with the RFS program is more or less expand our reach to our students to try and give them more opportunities to associate with the IRFC and ultimately with practicing financial consultants. So that is why we have come up with this program and are excited to launch this. Where we stand with it right now, this being our launch meeting, we are using anybody attending today and anybody that has previously registered in our financial planning competition as our beta group. So we think we know what we want to offer you, but I know you guys know exactly what you're looking for. So we are open to any feedback or contributions that you have. So our purpose here today is kind of walk you through the outline of the program that we have right now, kind of show you what it will look like going forward, and then also provide you opportunities to provide any feedback that you have or suggestions that you have that you feel would be helpful. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. As I mentioned, I am the co-chair and a U.S. chapter board member. I've been serving on the board now. I think this is my fourth year on the board. And one of the programs that I have gotten most excited about and most passionate about is the financial plan competition. I think it is so important for us practicing professionals to try and find a way to not only give back to the new professionals looking to enter the business, but help them grow successfully. This business has changed dramatically. I've been doing this for, it'll be 20 years today. Is today the 6th? Oh, wow. Today is my 20th anniversary of being in the business. So I get excited. I am even more excited today than I was when I first started. So any opportunity that I have to give back to the next generation is what I want to do. So that is why I have decided to uh, pursue this RFS with everybody here as well. So I am really looking forward to launching. What is the RFS program and why should it matter to you? We are looking to give you access to professionals to help you jumpstart your career. We know that going through the education process is daunting. We're focused on classes and exams and final projects and CFP prep work and things of that nature, where we don't really we get all the academic portions of it, but we don't get a lot of the practical knowledge. So by opening up this program, we're trying to give you some industry experience to help jumpstart your career. So you have internship opportunities in the summertime and maybe during breaks, and even to some extent during school. This is to try and help bridge all of that throughout the entire year. So we also want you to be able to show that you are exploring more opportunities to become more educated. So it shows commitment to the industry, commitment to the career path, and it gives you a little bit of a signal of professionalism to say, hey, I'm not just doing the bare minimum. I'm trying to participate and learn as much as I can. So what we are also looking to do is create a global network. Now, we are starting here at the US level, and we've reached out, as I mentioned, to schools across the nation. But as we do that as a US chapter, we have other international chapters that are creating this same program for their students as well. So it is our ultimate goal to be able to have students and professionals be able to reach across borders and talk about the differences that they're experiencing in financial planning, education, academics, to create some of those synergies and relationships to see how is this profession changing and what is it like in other countries as we move along. So the Registered Financial Student Program, the RFS, is dedicated membership tier. Okay. So the RFS is not a designation specifically. It is more of a program for students to get some exposure. So there is no prior experience. This is open to anybody that is in a higher learning institution. So anybody in any of the colleges or universities will be able to apply for this. There is no prior experience required. Okay. We are built on a foundation of education. We have so many resources here at the association that we want to make sure are available and open to you. So our Journal of Personal Finance, our bi-monthly publications that come out just showing what's going on with the institution, both locally and internationally. Okay. So we are always looking to spread those to you so you can have access. We also want to use the RFS program as a way to share. So if you are doing any research projects, whether this be at the professor or educator level or the student level that you wanted to share with others, we are open to doing that as well. We will create a forum for you to do that. If you want to try and get published in any of our publications, we want to encourage you to do that too. Again, using this as a resume builder to show that I am 100% committed to this profession and I want to move forward. So we are designing this to help prepare you for the next steps after graduation. Some of the benefits that you receive, and I think these are there are several out there, but I think a lot of these three are the most important. I've already talked about education, having an access to our industry publications, in-depth research through the Journal of Personal Finance, access to other RFS members. I hope that, and I know that a lot of you are participating in your own colleges, financial planning clubs, and things like that. But what if you could reach outside of your college and university to other colleges and universities? When we host our financial forum each year, it's always really interesting and cool to see the financial plan participants interacting with each other from different colleges and just overhearing them talking about, oh, what are you doing in this class? And just comparing notes and things like that. It's always been one of the more exciting things that I enjoy hearing when we put them together. So some of our thoughts are creating a forum or a message board where you can interact with, again, not only people in the United States, but ultimately reach out globally to people in other countries to connect and build relationships that way. You can talk about things like, hey, we're participating in a plan competition, or I'm working on this research project, or hey, I saw this internship, or I saw this job opportunity, just ways to share and participate. And then ultimately, we are also creating what we're calling a student advisory board, where we are having educators come together to help facilitate and teach us at the association what students are most interested in. So if one professor is talking about how AI is being utilized in financial planning, or whatever new topic is being discussed at the time, this student advisory board will help pass that on to us, and then you will have direct access to them as well to try and connect with other educators outside of just your university. Now, the biggest thing that we harp on and we are passionate about at the IARFC is our ethical foundation. And we anybody that has been in this industry long enough knows that's a hurdle that we have to constantly jump over. That there are a lot of bad professionals, people doing unscrupulous things. So to be a member of the IRFC at any level, we rely on ethics. So we have an ethics approved status that our consultants can pursue to help show their clients that they are following the most ethical path. So by introducing this to you at a young level, at an entry level, hopefully we can help guide you along the way. So some of the areas that we focus on. Number one, clients come first. We've used the term fiduciary before, but in reality, it's we need to put our clients' interests before our own always. Okay. Number two is our lifelong learning. After we enter the business, our education isn't over. We've done the bare minimum just to enter the business, but we need to be lifelong learning. We need to continually follow up, pursue our continuing education, and learn about new planning opportunities that will present itself. Number three, fair compensation. We need to be profitable in the business that we run. I think that is one of our duties as well, that if we are going to provide financial advice to people, that we need to make sure that our business and our organizations are going to be around for the long run. But that does not mean that we have to overcharge for our services or gouge people or sell products just to generate fees or commissions. So being aware of what fair compensation is when pursuing this career. Number four, regulatory compliance, knowing that we have overarching compliance and regulatory associations, FINRA, the SEC, that are constantly watching us. So knowing that we stay within those guidelines to make sure that, again, we are following an ethical path. And number five, our parents, our grandparents, anybody that has helped raise us along the way is let's follow the golden rule. Okay. Let's do for our clients exactly what we would do for ourselves. One of the rule of thumbs that I follow all the time when I'm practicing is if I wouldn't do this planning opportunity for my father, then why would I do it for a client? Okay. So this is how we create that ethical foundation going forward. And part of the RFS program is to engrade that in you as well. Our education and experience, by participating in this program, you are going to gain so much valuable knowledge and experience just by interacting with other members of the association. But this is just a stepping stone to where you can go in your progress. So the first step would be an RFS for all of our undergraduate students. After that, we are looking at the RFA would be the next step. So once we graduate and we start to gain experience in the industry, then we can go ahead and pursue that next designation. After that, we go to the RFC, our registered financial consultant. And if you have enough industry experience and education and want to move on to our highest level, then we have the MRFC, the Master Registered Financial Consultant. So there is a pathway through the association to help us achieve a higher level of designation. Now, what does this all mean and how much does it cost? Okay. So for our first several years in the program, the cost is $20 per year. Okay. However, because you are the beta group, we are waiving the fee for the first year. Okay. So there would be no fee due at this time. And for that, all we're asking is your feedback on the program. Tell us how we can improve it. Tell us what you're looking for. You will get everything that we promised to an incoming RFS. We are going to publish your profile on our website. This gives you credibility so that if you're interviewing for a job, that anybody that does a Google search or an AI search is going to find that you are pursuing professional designations or you're pursuing more professional learning. Okay. You will have access to all the different resources that I mentioned here today. Again, all of our publications are for education, our message board and interaction, our connection with professionals. Okay. And then we are going to have upcoming events that we are going to be speaking about as well. And not only that, we will have exposure to industry conferences and continuing education opportunities. So the association does a great job providing its members with ongoing education, whether that be through webinars, in-person conferences, and you would be able to participate in all of those because you are an RFS. So for any of our educators on the call, if you have a financial planning club or a group that you guys are associated with and work with, and you wanted to talk about group billing in the future, we are open to discussing that as well. So a little bit more about the IARFC and where we kind of fit into the industry. We were founded back in 1984. And again, our purpose here was to try and get financial planning to cross borders, to interact with different countries, interact with different professionals, and just try and bring us all together in one community. So we have been doing that for over 40 years. We are recognizing world-class consultants, people that are out there doing the work for their clients in the right way. Again, with that basis being our ethical standard that we follow. We have active chapters all over the globe, and we're continually getting new ones. We just recently created a Canada chapter, but we have chapters in the Philippines, Malaysia, Nigeria. So we are increasing our chapters at a record pace and looking again to bring the RFS into the US to help grow our US chapter, but then to connect with the other international chapters as well that are running the same program. So there is a lot of opportunity out there for cross-border planning and cross-border connections. So how can the RFS membership ultimately support your career growth? Number one, I think it builds your credibility early. It shows that anybody that is looking to hire you now or in the future, that you are willing to put in extra time and effort to learn more about the profession. It expands your network. I think it allows you to, I know when we're in school, we might have an idea of what direction we want to go in our planning career, but by having the opportunity to talk to other professionals that operate in different ways in the business could help steer you in the direction that you are most comfortable with. You're going to learn more about how the industry works. Again, ethical conduct, ways to treat your clients, ways to treat other professionals, and all overall, how to have a good interaction. And what I really truly think this helps to do as an RFS is provide that smooth transition between higher education and entering the field as a whole. Okay. Helping to bridge that gap where we go from really honing in on our education to now we're low man on the totem pole at a firm and we need to learn more. So by having some of this experience, by talking to some of these professionals, you're not going to be blindsided by some of the things that your new company or your new profession will throw at you. So if you are ready to take the next step, like I said, there is no cost for this beta group. All that we ask is that you fill out the RFS application. Okay. The RFS application, we're using that as a way to hone on what exactly you're looking for, make sure that our application process is fine-tuned. If you have any questions, you can reach out to the association. Feel free to reach out to me directly as well. Again, my name is Greg Kurinec. I am listed on the association's webpage. Or you can go to our website, irfc.org, and if you look in the RFS section, you will find a lot more information about the program. So although this is our launch event, I do want to let you know what our first event is going to be. And this is something that I look at pursuing on a monthly basis where I am going to get a financial consultant out there so that they are available for you to ask questions. Okay. So come prepared to ask questions, learn about their journey in the financial services profession, learn about how they got started, their educational background, but ultimately use them as a sounding board to ask questions about career paths that you might want to pursue or how you should get started in the business. So it's an open forum. They will kick it off, but ultimately it's a Q&A for all the RFSs to come forward and really share and ask and learn more about the career paths. So that is the end of my presentation right now. I am happy to answer any questions that anybody might have on the program itself, how to get started, or anything at all. Talkative people today.
I have a question.
Sure.
Nice to meet everyone. My name is Tano, student at UVU. Participated in the case competition. I guess a question I have is how many students do you expect to participate in the RFS program?
So, as I mentioned, we opened it up to anybody that participated in the plan competition this year. So that was around just shy of 100 students. We do have some interest in other universities, from other universities. I'm going to talk to Texas Tech next week. That's going to open it up to their financial planning club as well. So we're probably looking around 100 students for this beta group is what we're aiming for.
Greg, this is Steve Levitt. I'm with the Kansas State University.
Hi, Steve. How are you today?
Good. Can additional students be added to the beta group? In other words,
Sure.
I haven't communicated this out broadly to the students in our program, and I want to. I'm not sure what the interest is going to be, but if they wanted to join as part of the beta group, I just wanted to make sure that that was possible.
Absolutely. That's why we invited you here today.
Okay.
Any other questions? Well, like I said, if anybody thinks of any questions, if anybody that we did record this, so if anybody watching the recording wants to reach out, I'm happy to answer any questions, get involved. If you would like me to speak to your financial planning group and kind of go over the same things that we discussed today, I'm happy to do that as well. We can find some time on the calendar to share the information that we have. So I really look forward to launching this program and working with everybody to help grow it and make it a success.
Greg, before you jump off, would it be possible to make your presentation available? Could that be shared with us?
Absolutely. Yeah, we'll send you a recording and then I'll send you a copy of the slides as well.
That'd be great. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you everybody. Look forward to catching up with you soon and have a great weekend.
You too.